up, everybody? How y'all doing? We back. We riding again. It is officially summertime. The last 4 days have been up to like 93 degrees. It's here, buddy. It's here. It's hot. So I'm probably gonna be riding way more than I was before. But I got a lot of future plans coming up. I'm planning on getting a I'm actually planning on getting a shed due to the wind noise. I'm gonna close my visor all the way. I usually keep it cracked so I can get a little bit of wind in here. I do have some plans to get a shed so I can get some more bikes and put all my bikes in my shed, because I'm running out of room with the shed that I have now. So possibly I'm going to be getting a Grom, and then I'm going to be getting some kind of super sport. I don't know if it's going to be a 600 or a 1000, not 100% sure. To be honest, I kind of want a 636. I know, I say this every video almost. I know you guys are tired of hearing it. I'm not going to talk about that again. Today we're out riding. That's what we're doing today. I'm not going to be talking about the same stuff like I always do. You guys already know. I'm sure y'all are tired of hearing it. It has been an eventful month. For those who don't know, in New Orleans not too long ago, four or five inmates escaped from the New Orleans prison, and they've been on the run for a while. Well, they caught one on Bourbon Street just walking around. Out of all places to go, Bourbon Street wouldn't be the place I would go, but all right. They caught him. They caught another guy just sleeping around on a park bench. Some random pedestrian actually came up to him and recorded him with his phone and was like, "Hey, wake up!" And they called the police on him. And the other dude, I think they found him in Texas, and I think one is still on the run, I'm pretty sure. Or there might be two more on the run. I'm not sure how many actually escaped. 4 or 5, something like that. The security guard who let them escape got fired, obviously. But yeah, it's been some crazy shit going on lately. And then one of the guys who I guess they haven't caught yet, is like taunting the police on social media, basically like putting TikToks up talking about I haven't swam in 12 years, and he's jumping into a pool and shit. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what type of world do we live in where people are just like break out of prison and then immediately start doing social media? It's kind of crazy. But like, bro, if I broke out, you think I'd be posting shit? I'd be gone, buddy. I'd be missing. You would never find me. I'd be in the woods somewhere. I think him and somebody else, I think, haven't been caught yet. The other guy, I think, is laying low. Pretty crazy, to be honest. I don't know, man. This bike is starting to get weird on me. I'm right at 10,700 miles. When I got the bike, I think it had like 1,200. I always forget about this bump right here. Well, back when I told you guys I was putting my bike in the shop because something happened. The starter went out and the battery went bad. This thing's having all kind of weird electrical issues. Like, sometimes my cruise control won't engage. It'll just flash at me. I don't know what that means. So you can't use cruise control unless you're in 4th gear. 4th gear is the minimum gear you can be in to use cruise control. Like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, you can't use it, obviously. But 4th, 5th, 6th, you can. Sometimes it'll just flash at me and won't let me use it. I don't know why. I thought maybe they like, I don't know, I thought maybe they reset something with my ECU flash or something, but I don't think so, because it's, when I get off the throttle, it's still smooth. So they didn't cut the decel, they didn't change the decel cut. So I think my bike is still flashed. I don't think they would have messed with the ECU without me telling them to. Hey, what they got going on? They got a little water slide thing going on. That's cool. But yeah, I don't think they would have messed with my ECU flash. I'm pretty sure. I don't think. All they did was change the starter, the battery, and change the tires. And they did an oil change. If anything really feels like weird now, it's the tires. The tires don't fall into like turns and like twisties how they used to. I don't really think this is a what I would call the sport tire. It's Michelin something, I don't even remember. But it's supposed to be a harder compound, so the tire doesn't wear as fast as the Bridgestone Battle Axe S22s is what I think comes on the MT-10 stock for the 2023. The tire is supposed to last a little bit longer than that tire. So I don't think these tires are meant for really falling into curves per se, because it feels kind of fucking weird, if I'm being honest. And every now and then, like depending on how hard I'm going into a turn, it feels like my back tire is flat. Like it feels wobbly. But I think that's just because it's a different feeling of a tire. I don't know. But the S22s didn't feel this bad. I don't know, but whenever I get into like a corner kind of going at a faster speed, the back tire feels like it's flat. Like it feels like it's moving a lot. And I don't like that shit at all. Which I don't really get too crazy anyway. Like the fastest I'll go into a curve is like 80, to be honest. And that depends on the curve. It's not really about how fast can you go into the curve, it's about how fast you can get out of the curve, to be honest. If I go into the curve at 80, slow down to, I don't know, 60, 65, and then get back out and get back up to 80, I'm good, man. I'm not trying to drag knee on the fucking streets. Like my tire, it still has chicken strips on it, and it's going to continue to have them, because I'm not trying to get that far to the edge of my fucking tire on the street. I know some people complain about the chicken strips and stuff like that. And for people that don't know what chicken strips are on a motorcycle tire, it's basically a chunk of the tire that hasn't been scrubbed in. That's because you didn't lean the bike that far enough yet to actually have the road to, you know, scuff up that part of the tire, so it's clean. Fine with me. If chicken strips bother you, hey, I don't know why, because it's not your bike. I don't know, man. Motorcycles are so much fun. What's up, dude? I could ride motorcycles all day. Actually, that's not true. About an hour and a half to 2 hours in, my ass starts to hurt. No pause. That's the truth. I'm being dead serious. I might need to get a comfort seat. I think they're called Corbin. The Corbin comfort seats for the MT-10. That would probably be a good. Idea. But I don't know. They're kind of expensive. I think they're like $3.99 or something like that for a comfort seat. I'd hate to pay that much money for a comfort seat and then I sit on it and it feels identical to what the hell is already on the bike now. So I need to start wearing some better gear. I need to find me like a good jacket that isn't too bulky. Maybe like a good leather jacket It's the problem is it's so hot, dude. I have a Dionysi jacket that has like the elbow pads and the back plate. What's up, bud? But it's too hot, man. It has that waterproof like liner. You can unzip it from the inside and just have like a mesh. But from the reviews that I look at, they say the mesh jackets aren't really that good. Like, as soon as you hit the road, all that mesh just starts to tear and fly off. Which I guess the mesh protective gear is better than what I'm wearing now. Just raw skin, buddy. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't know what's going on with this thing, man. It's having like weird electrical issues. I don't know. Like the other day I turned it on and the screen didn't do anything. The screen didn't, it did like a flash, like, so whenever you turn the bike on, it does like a little sequence with the Yamaha logo. It went to the Yamaha logo and it froze mid logo and the dash never came on. So I had to turn the key back off, turn it back on, and then when it loaded back up, everything came back on. But the line's down. And then it's having issues with the cruise control. So the cruise control is on right now. That's what that yellow light is. That's not an engine light, I promise. That's a cruise control. So all I gotta do is hit set. It'll turn green, say set, and we're good. Cruise control's on. So it's working today. The other day it wasn't working. Every now and then it wasn't working. Actually, a couple days in a row now it hasn't been working. It's weird. You gotta like turn the bike off, turn the bike back on, and then it'll work. I don't know. It's being weird. If it keeps on having weird issues, I might just fucking trade this thing in, and once I pay it off, I don't have much more left to pay before I get the title. There goes a sheriff. I'm going 50. I don't know what the speed limit is. It's always between 55, 45. I don't know, man. Sometimes you just gotta have respect, you know? If you want to go on the highway and go mock Jesus, that's one thing. But back here, this close to people's houses, man, Rome's homegrown tomatoes. Hell yeah, buddy. I don't like riding too fast in front of people's houses, but I don't like being an asshole, you know? Which is why I don't want another 1000. There's no need for me to be going fast. The type of riding that I do, I really don't ride fast. And I know some of you guys might say, well, that's boring. I'm sorry. I mean, they have other content creators that all day that just go mock Jesus on the highway. You can watch them. And then whenever you want to just have a chill little conversation, you can come watch me. I don't know, man. When I first got into motorcycles, dude, you might want to stay on that side of the road. When I first got into motorcycles, I thought speed was everything, man. The adrenaline, the physics of the bike leaning and everything was just so new and, you know, fun. But at the end of the day, going 140, 160, 180, 190, is it really worth it? For what? At the end of the day, why would I be going that fast? For what reason? Especially in Louisiana. These roads are so bad. There's rock yards everywhere. There's gravel everywhere. These roads are never the same. Look at all that dirt. People come with dump trucks and then they get on the road, they spill the shit everywhere. There's no need for me to be going 180 on this fucking road. There's not. Don't get me wrong. Yes, going fast is fun. And I'm not lecturing nobody. I'm speaking strictly from my perspective. If you're someone who likes to go fast, awesome. I hope you do it safely. I hope you stay safe. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. Obviously. It's just not my type of riding. like I said, I do like to get up to speed, and when I do, I get off of it, go back to normal mode. I like to do fast shit in quick bursts. I don't like to just pin the throttle on the rev limiter for 10 minutes. That's just not my type of riding. I know a lot of people, a lot of the moto vloggers, for the most part nowadays, that's what they do. They do fast stuff. Like you have people like the like Fastlane D, Jixer Bruh, all of them, they do fast stuff for the most part. What's his name? I can't remember him. Fast Flow KC, is that what his name is? He does fast stuff, doing wheelies at like 90 miles an hour. That shit is terrifying, bro. It couldn't be me. But at the same time, all of those videos are very entertaining because it's shit that I would never do. So I like to watch them because it gives me like a little adrenaline rush, but I would never do it. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't. My biggest fear is crashing, getting fucked up to a point where I'm still alive, but I'm a vegetable. You know, that's terrible, man. I couldn't even, I don't know. Like, I don't want to put any of my family members through that. Have to put them through the burden of having to take care of me because of my dumb actions that I did because I wanted to go fast on a motorcycle. I don't know. That's just me, man. Which is why I kind of wanted to, I know it's going to sound kind of like, it's going to sound dumb. That's why I wanted to start doing like stunting. And I know people are going to say, well, that's more dangerous. No, not really. If you learn how to stunt and learn how to do, you know, balance point 12 o'clocks, you can do wheelies at, dude, you can do 20 miles an hour wheelies. You can do 5 mile an hour wheelies as long as you got balance point down and brake control. You don't have to be going 60, 80, 70 miles an hour. That's all power wheelies and shit. That shit is dangerous. I want to get a Grom and learn like just basics. You know, this is not a good bike to start on for learning how to do wheelies. I'm just not comfortable with doing it on this bike, to be honest. That's why I don't really do them. I'm too scared, bro. I'm too scared to drop it. I'm still paying on it. If I crash it, you know, I don't. Not this bike. This bike was too expensive. A Grom, if I drop a Grom doing a wheelie, damn, that sucks. But guess what? It's a fucking Grom. But my plan is to get a Grom and then some type of sport bike. I kind of want a 636, man. I've said this before in a video. I hate repeating myself, but I do it a lot because some videos I'll record and upload, and then I can't remember if I uploaded that video where I talked about a certain thing. So sometimes I repeat things in other videos because I don't know if I'm going to upload that video or not. My dream bike is a 636. It sounds like a sport bike. It looks like a sport bike. That's all I want. I don't need the speed. I don't need the speed of a true super sport. For those of you that don't know much about like super sports, I don't know either. I'm not a genius, but I know a little bit. So for like the 1000s, all 1000s, they pretty much all go the same speed. Some get up to speed faster, especially like your V-twins and V4s and all that. They have more horsepower, more torque, so they get up to speed faster. But at the end of the day, all the bikes are topping out at pretty much the same speed. Unless you get them like tuned and unlocked, and then you'll have some bikes that can push about 200. Like the H2. I think the H2 can hit like 210 or something ridiculous. Yeah, no, I don't need to go that fast, dude. But anyway, most 1000 sport bikes, they all tap out at 180, 186, 182, 186. It's something called a gentleman's agreement. I don't know when it was established or whenever, but the manufacturers basically put a stint in the top speed to keep people from going over that. Of course, you can get the ECU flash, I guess, and possibly get the bike faster than that. I don't really know how that shit works. And just uncap the rev limiter, kind of like how I did this. So if you Google this bike, top speed, it'll say like 160, I think. 155. Since I have an ECU flashed and I have the speed limiter and the rev limiter unlocked, I can maybe get it up to 165, 170 maybe. 170, 165, 160 on a naked bike is insane, and I don't want to do it. Also, I put the OG back on. I took the OG one back on there. I had a little windscreen. I put the stock one back on just for a little while, just to kind of switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna put it back on because the wind is hitting me directly center of my stomach. Before, it was hitting me like in my chest. But yeah, man, I don't know. I just, a 1000 for me personally, I'm talking about my personal ride, like my lifestyle, the type of riding that I do. I don't need a 1000. It's not that I don't think I can handle a 1000 or I'm gonna kill myself on a 1000 or anything like that. I don't need a 1000. The type of riding that I do, it's completely unnecessary. I've said it before, the MT-10 is honestly, it's even too much for the type of riding that I do. Is it fun? Hell yeah. This bike is insane, man. It's more than you need to do anything. It's way more than what you need anywhere you go. It gets hot in traffic. If you sit at a light too long, this thing's hitting 200. Luckily, I got it tuned, so my fan comes on at like 195, I think. But even this bike is too much, dude. I would have been fine with an MT-07, to be honest with you. And that bike would have been way easier to, you know, to stunt. The MTs and the MT-07s and the R7s, I think more people stunt those bikes than anything nowadays. But when I first got into riding, you know, I wasn't really worried about stunting, you know. But now that I've been doing it for a while, I just enjoy being on two wheels, to be honest. I don't have to be going to any specific set speed to be having fun. I don't know, it's something about riding a motorcycle just kind of brings out your inner child. Like when a kid gets a bicycle for the first time. It's like, wow, I'm moving faster than I would be walking, and I'm outside. Being in a car, it's not the same feeling, you know. I don't know. I don't know, man, I'm just rambling. But yeah, back to the motorcycle shit. That's why I've been saying I want a 636. It's in the middle, you know. A 636 will go the same top speed as this bike. Because this is a naked bike, it has the same motor as an R1, but it's just tuned differently to have more power up front instead of later in the rev range. But it's the same motor as an R1. But the top speed on this thing, like I said, 165-ish unlocked. I don't really know what it can do. I never actually pushed it to its limits because there's no need for me to do that on the roads that I have where I live. The roads are very unpredictable. And then they have the new R9 that came out, which is like the same price as a 636, but it has way more technology on it. Because the R9 is a Yamaha, and I'm having electrical issues with this thing already, I'm kind of hesitant to get another Yamaha that has more electronics than this thing. Of course, for the price of R9, it's basically a steal, dude. That thing has like a Brembo master cylinder, KYB suspension. It has like everything you would need to want to put a bike on a track. But that's the thing. The R9 is more of a track bike than it is a street bike. And Yamaha's marketing it as if it's a more streetable bike than the R1. Don't get me wrong, it is because of the way the motor is, but at the same time, the body position is still sporty. Your feet are still going to be high up in the air because it's still a super sport style bike. And I don't know, man. It's just something about the R9. I don't like the way the R9 doesn't look like a super sport, to be honest, to me. Besides the clip-ons and the body position, but just the looks of the bike, it looks like an R3, which makes sense because it's it's the R series. It's the same shit, but the 636 looks like a fast bike. It is a fast bike. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of triple cylinders, man. I'm not. I don't like the way they sound. But keep in mind, that's strictly going based off of like the YouTube videos of the MT-10, because the R9 doesn't really have, I mean, it just came out. It doesn't have a lot of like different exhaust options yet. Not a lot of people have them, so the only reference point really is look up MT-10 videos and listen to the exhaust sounds for those, because it's going to sound the exact same. It's the exact same motor. It's just tuned a little bit differently, but the exhaust note is going to sound the exact same. So just look up MT-10 exhaust sounds for different exhaust manufacturers, and there you go. That's what the R9 is going to sound like. You know, with all that being said, I think the R9 would be the best bike for me for the type of riding that I do, realistically. Because I don't like to, like I said, I don't go stupid fast. It's somewhat street capable, even though the body position is super sport-ish, which, I mean, I want a 636. That's the same thing, but it's still in that hunched over body position. So it's basically the same fucking thing, to be honest. It just has that 4-cylinder exhaust note instead of the triple cylinder. But the problem with the 636, it has very limited stuff. It doesn't have cruise control, which is going to get annoying after a while for me, because every now and then I like to pop in cruise control and give my arms a rest. The R9 has cruise control, so I don't know, man. That bug just hit my arm and splattered all over me. Awesome. I don't know, man. Once the R9 actually comes out and they actually have them down here where I live, I want to go sit on one. So I think from the videos that I've seen, the R9 is kind of a taller bike, 32.7, I think, or something like that. My 2023 MT-10 seat height is 32.9, I think. And it's I'm a shorter person. I'm like 5'9". I'm like right at 5'9". And my feet barely touch the ground on this thing. It's not an issue. I can handle it because I usually do the 1 foot down technique. I put my left foot down and kind of tilt the bike to the side and do that. I rarely ever put 2 feet down. So the seat height's not that big of a deal as long as it doesn't go above 32.9. But again, I would like to go to a dealership and test out the R9. Test out, I mean sit on it and see how it feels. I can get over the exhaust note, you know, hopefully if I get it tuned and get a good, I don't know, maybe like a race fit exhaust. It'd probably be obnoxious, but it'll probably sound good. Because the type of riding that I do, man, I ride by myself. I don't really race people. I don't go on the highway and try to race Mustangs. I don't care, dude. I do my own thing. I just like cruising. That's the type of riding that I do right here. Look at this. Country roads take me home to a place where I belong. West Virginia, or whatever the lyrics are, something like that. Something like that too. And then the Grom situation, I'll probably be riding the Grom more than anything. Try to learn how to pop them wheelies. Probably bust my ass a couple times. Make a U-turn at this gas station. I don't need gas, but that's where I'm gonna turn and make a U-turn. Anyway, oh, my battery's getting low. I'm gonna end the part here, and I will see you guys either later or in the next video. I'm not sure. I don't know if I have an extra battery on me, but if you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, subscribing is free. It doesn't cost anything, and I would really appreciate that. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I love you guys. Bye.